Now, we're going to still stick with the Nigerian theme tonight because I'm Nigerian. Why else would we stick with the Nigerian theme? We're going to talk about a charity event that's been going on for some time now. It's an annual sports and fun day. The great thing about Nigerian parties, I learned this when I was at university, when the Nigerian Society put on the best parties. Literally, they put on the best parties of all. Everybody wanted to come. Isn't this true, Funke? Everybody wanted to come to the Nigerian Society party because of the food. Because of the food and the music, and also the bon viveur as well. So we know that Nigerian parties are the best. So hear me out now, because next Sunday is the annual Sports and Fun Day put on by the Nigerian Schools Foundation UK. It's an opportunity for Nigerian diaspora youths to appreciate and embrace the rich Nigerian education, legacy and culture. Here to tell us all about it is Dele Dada, who's a public relations officer at the Nigerian School Foundation UK. Good to have you in the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
And is it Noelle Morris as well? With us?
No, it's
Shola George. Forgive me. Shola George is here in the studio. He's a member of the social media team at the NSF. Nigerian Schools Foundation. Dele, what's that about? You know, why Nigerian Schools Foundation when all our children go to British schools? Why do you need a Nigerian Schools Foundation?
Well, you may say that all our children go to British schools now, but what we're trying to do is to promote educational awareness in Nigeria. Certainly we were trained there and we know the quality of the education that we had there.
What you're saying is better than the education and quality of Eton and Harrow here? No, surely not.
I was trained there and I can attest to that. I can attest to that.
Well, Shola, you're saying it's better?
It was at par when we went to schools in Nigeria, secondary schools in Nigeria.
Yes.
The
secondary
education
schools,
we got,
ordinary secondary schools there are equivalent to Eton and Harrow over here.
the kind of schools that we went to in Nigeria were equal to the kind of, you could get the education we got was equal to the kind of education we'd get from Eton and Harrow.
Yes.
And do they still flog you in schools in Nigeria?
Well, as you know, in public, as far as I can recall, public schools here, they used to flog them then.
Yeah, they used to, but they don't anymore. So I was asking,
things are evolving.
I know, but I was just asking in Nigeria, because my memory of schooling in Nigeria was when I went to Victory Primary School in Oke-Ado, in Ibadan, and the headmaster decided to, for no apparent reason, just flog every single person in the school out in the schoolyard.
Did he get up on the wrong side of the bed?
I don't know. But even when I went to Corona School, when it was the original Corona School on Victoria Island, when your father dropped you off, and he drops you off a minute late, they would tell you to stand in the corner with your hands raised up, in the corner, facing the corner wall, your hands raised up with the blood running down your arm until your arm could no longer stand up anymore. Then they'd tell you to put your arms back up. Do they still do that in schools in Nigeria?
I doubt if they do that, but I think the ethos that they were trying to drive into us then, which was discipline. So trying to prevent you from coming late to school by making yourself some kind of punishment, and driving that discipline into you that you have to be on time. They are still trying to drive those kind of principles through. The mode they do it now is probably slightly different. Generations have moved on and things are slightly different.
Here's the other problem with going to school in Nigeria, of course, because the Nigerian authorities, the Nigerian school authorities, university authorities prefer you to have British A-levels and GCSEs than the West African examinations that they have over there. That's another problem. That undermines, I'd have thought, the education of people in Nigeria when the university system there doesn't even trust its own examinations as much as it trusts British examinations. That is colonialism, isn't it?
But that's one of the reasons why we are promoting educational awareness. We're trying to get people to realize that the educational institutions in Nigeria just need a bit of help. It's not that we're doing so badly.
Help from who?
Financial help and otherwise.
Oh, yes. From us?
Yes.
From us over here?
Well, not necessarily from us.
From the West.
The government input is not what it should be.
It's not what it used to be.
That's what we're saying.
It's not. It's changed. It's not what it used to be.
We train there, so we know the quality that they can deliver if they are assisted financially and otherwise.
I think you're totally right. And you see the quality of a Nigerian student coming from Nigeria over here. They're usually top of the class, as me and my son and my brother were when we came here. Came from Nigeria one day, and then the next day we were top of the class. However, I'm saying that if the institutions that are in place in Nigeria don't support the system there, it's not going to work, is it? And there's no point in telling us that the education system's on a par there when the institutions over here support you from infant school straight through to university, and they don't do that in Nigeria.
We're not saying it is, we're saying it was.
It was, yeah.
It was. Things have gone downhill quite a bit.
Yeah.
But what we're trying to achieve is to make sure that the kind of the level of education and the kind of support that we had when we were in school, we're trying to bring the schools back up to that level.
And how do you do that then? Because that's a massive
In many ways.
It needs a lot of money.
One of the ways is the awareness. Let's let people understand that it's all hands on deck. And that's what we're trying to do.
One of the things we've also done is we've worked in partnership with an organization that's just recently been set up called the African Science Academy. Sure. This is an academy that was set up predominantly by a well-known person, Tommy Luby. His organization set it up. And we have worked with schools in this school. This academy takes students, really bright girls from across Africa. What we've also helped this year to do is to get schools in Nigeria to participate, students from schools in Nigeria to participate in this competition, get really bright girls to attend that academy. And one of them from Federal Government College, Sokoto, Aisha Akinola, she won a scholarship and she went there, from August this year. So it's trying to drive that excellence in education and trying to instill that discipline of working hard and supporting people to work hard, which we had in our day.
I do love your passion, Shola, and yours as well, Dele, and you're totally right.
And can I say also, to add to what she said, we had an educational seminar in June which highlighted all these things. So it's, trying to focus on how we can get the educational level to where it should really be.
But what Shola was saying a moment ago was an acknowledgement that maybe you have to bypass the established institutions, particularly the political hierarchy.
Yeah. Often we do.
For those who don't know Nigeria, when you build a house, you don't expect you're laughing already, Shola, and I haven't even told people yet. Let me just explain to me. When you build a house in Nigeria, you dig 2 holes. Yeah?
Yeah, following you.
Yeah, one for water.
Yes.
And one for waste.
Yeah.
You don't expect the government, the local community, or the local government, or whoever, to provide either water for you or to provide sanitation for you.
Yes.
So you do things. Nigeria is an ongoing project of adaptation. We adapt to whatever hurdle that is thrown at us. This is what we do as Nigerians. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think that there is I can see some sense in saying we'll bypass all of that and let's just set up an organisation which looks at the talented people from Nigeria and tries to sponsor them in the way, not quite in the way that, this American woman, she called? Oprah Winfrey. She went to South Africa and gave some money to some bright girls.
That doesn't usually work.
Oh, that doesn't work in Nigeria. Why not?
No, depending on who you are giving the money to, you might not be able to track the money.
Oh, no, you can actually. You can. My friend Patrick Augustus, who wrote the books Baby Father that the BBC turned into a 12-part television series, with his own money, he set up a school in Gambia. And he set that school up maybe about 10 or 15 years ago. And he built it up from scratch, where he went there to dig himself the foundation and put up the bricks. Every now and then he comes over here to hold a concert, to raise some money or whatever. He always comes down my place to get £20 out of me or whatever it is, to buy uniforms for the kids. And this is in the ghettos of Gambia. He's kept it going for about 15 years. That's just one person.
But you said giving money to individuals. Shola just said that there was this individual who set up a school in Ghana. So, yes, we support things like that. But giving money to individuals, that's what I meant about not being able to track the money.
No, I wouldn't put it in their bank accounts.
Exactly.
What kind of Nigerian do you take me for, Dele? No, but seriously, how does the Nigerian Schools Foundation then go about? Because you've been holding this, I know you've been holding this fun day for several years now.
Yeah, 6 years now, to be precise,
now. Yeah, it's always a lot of fun.
Yes, it is.
If you want to taste some Nigerian food, genuinely, you want to taste some good food, go to this event. And you're inviting everybody, aren't you?
We are. It's only £2 a head.
Yeah, £2.
But I would say that for what we have on offer, £2 is nothing.
Yeah, and it's okay for some of our Jammu friends to come as well.
They do.
We have people from all over the world that attend.
We have colleagues who we work with, who we invite to come along. Yeah,
and our Oyinbo friends as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Fun knows no race.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point I was trying to make. But how do you then go about? What's the strategy for you, essentially, then, in trying to change the narrative of education?
We do it in a number of ways. I've just mentioned the African Science Academy. There's another initiative which we were involved with a local charity in Nigeria called the Chiyowo Initiative, and it's a book drive. That's actually an ongoing project which we've collected there quite often. We have facilities for books here, and we have books that our kids maybe have read and they no longer use, and we sometimes take them to charity. But rather than just take them to the charity shops here, we've collected them both from ourselves and other people and shipped them down to Nigeria to this initiative, where they go down to the grassroots where people don't have access to these facilities, and they provide it to the young people. They work with children aged 4 to 14 in the rural areas. So there are many ways in which we do. We have our educational seminars. We whatever way we can, we do what we can.
I wish you had told me about the books, because I've just literally the last
Don't tell me
4 weeks.
Oh my goodness!
I've just pulped about 100,000 books, which were all black interest books. That you know that I'm a book publisher.
It's never too late. I mean, it's an ongoing thing. So whenever you can give us, but we'll be happy to take them off.
I don't know if you wanted these kind of books, because these books were like Wicked in Bed, Rude Gal, Cop Killer, Baby Father, Single Black Female, Yardie 1, Yardie 2, Yardie 3. Did you want those kind of books? I'm serious. You just pumped 100,000.
If they have a serious story intent, then we'll take them off you. Yes, we'll take them off you.
There were very few that had that serious story intent.
There's still the chance. I mean, we're still collecting for the book drive.
We're ready to send a second batch soon. So if you have any to give us, we'll be happy.
I kept them for 20 years but I always hoped to have some kind of container going to Nigeria and taking these books, but it was so expensive. How can you afford all of that?
No, we have our ways.
We work hard at it.
You're Nigerians. Like I said, Nigerians are good at adaptation at the very least. So tell me, how can people get involved then? First of all, get involved with the Fun Day next Sunday, isn't it?
It's next Sunday. It's can I just reiterate the address here? It's taking place at Alliance Park, Greenlands Lane, Hendon, NW4 1RL. And it starts at 12 and finishes at 7.
Okay, so you have to be on
last year we had close to 2,000 people there.
Whoa!
So I'm saying that for £2.
£2.
Yeah,
it's really good.
It's really
people
worth
can get
attending.
involved.
And £2 is a donation. Let's make it clear.
Yeah, basically, because we're paying a lot more for the venue than £2 is going to cover.
Yes. So give me the address again.
I say Alliance Park.
Halland's Park.
I'll spell that.
Alliance Park.
Yeah, Alliance Park.
Oh, I know it.
You know it.
In Mill
Okay.
Hill. In Mill Hill, London,
yeah. Greenlands Lane.
Yeah.
Hendon, NW4 1RL.
And people will know it as Alliance Park because that's where the rugby team plays, isn't it? Yeah, the Saracens. The Saracens.
So we're using the stadium.
I used to go round, running around that track all the time.
So even if it rains, we can look after people. We're covered.
Okay. Exactly. And it was painful running around that 400-meter track. I can say. but I was a younger man in those days. Yes. And is there a website or anything? If people want to get involved?
Well, I'll give you our website address is info@nssff.co.uk.
Yeah, that's it.
And then www.nssff.co.uk.
It's going to be a wonderful day. You might even see me there as well before I come into work here.
Yes, it would be nice to see you there.
Day, especially Carnival and all that kind of thing as well. But nevertheless, if you're going to Carnival, enjoy it. If you're going to the Nigerian Fun Day as well, Alliance Park, enjoy it as well. That's
as the last point I will say.
Last point, even before we go to the news.
It's an alternative to the Carnival because a lot of Nigerians come and you know how we used to go to the Carnival in those days and meet up with people. Now you meet up with several people
you haven't seen for years.
Thank you very much to Shola George and Dele Dada.